Yo, what is going on, everybody? We're going to be reading about Black Widow today, also one of the more notable and known heroes of all of Marvel. The history of Black Widow is a tangled web of illusion and deception. She was thrown from a burning building as a baby in her native city, Stalingrad, Russia, and rescued by a soldier, Ivan Petrovich. Despite Ivan's attempts to keep her under his protection, when Natasha was still a child, she was recruited by the state as one of a cohort of orphans who were being trained as living weapons. The so-called Red Room would brainwash these girls and hone their deadly skills to make them perfect secret agents, intended to bring down the enemies of the Soviet state. Manipulated at every turn, as a young woman, Natasha was forced into a marriage with the national hero and test pilot Alexei Shostakov. Told that he was killed in a rocket accident as part of the space race with the USA, Natasha expressed her desire to travel to the West to get revenge for her lost husband. She went into action as a spy, codenamed Black Widow. On missions to damage Stark Industries in America, Natasha was unsuccessful. However, her trips brought her into contact with the adventurer Hawkeye and gave her a glimpse of a different way of life. When Hawkeye left the life of petty crime to join the Avengers, Natasha overcame her brainwashing in order to join him, turning her considerable skills to the life of a hero. She was snapped up as a recruit for S.H.I.E.L.D., the start of a long association with that organization. On an operation for S.H.I.E.L.D., Black Widow discovered that her former husband Alexei was not only alive, but was now the Russian hero Red Guardian. However, Alexei could not bring himself to allow his wife to be harmed and sacrificed himself, saving her from a bullet. The traumatic experience pushed Natasha to break away from S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers and forge her own path. She moved to San Francisco and began a partnership, both professional and personal, with Daredevil before founding and leading the First Champions lineup. Alright, so I'm going to stop this one here because I do have to read the second page as well, and it starts on the bottom of this page, so we're just going to stop that one here. But 5 out of 5, there's really not much else I can say about Black Widow. Her story is, honestly, it's a lot cooler than the character herself comes out to be in, like, the movies, and her movie especially, because her movie was, like, low-key kind of bad. But I think her story is actually pretty cool, and I had no idea she had something with Daredevil at all, so easily a 5 out of 5 for that one. Let me know what y'all think about this first page of Black Widow.